Hello, students. Welcome to Chapter 9 Last Phase of Struggle for Independence, Standard 8, Subject History, Part 2. In earlier part, we had understood about Act of 1935, where this act was making a provision for India to form a federation. But as princely states didn't want to lose their autonomy, this Act of 1935 failed. We even talked about provincial cabinets, where Indian National Congress decided to take part in the elections of provincial legislature that was provided by the Act of 1935. So, Indian National Congress came in power by gaining majority over 8 provinces from 11 provinces. By this power, they did welfare work for the people. Next came Cripps Mission, in which England wanted India to support them in Second World War, as Japanese had reached eastern borders of India. For this purpose, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill sent Sir Stafford Cripps to India, but Indian National Congress refused to give their support. After Cripps' mission, the Indian National Congress started intense movement for attaining independence. So they introduced Quit India movement at Wardha, which was finally approved in the Mumbai session. So in this part 2, we are going to understand about lots of events that took place in Quit India movement. So let's start with beginning of people's movement. Now news had spread all over the country about the arrest of important leaders of Indian National Congress. The angry mob took out processions at various places. That is, people made huge groups and started protesting. This time there were lots of people for joining the procession and rallies. Police were stopping them by using lathi charge and even by opening fire on the public. But still people were not afraid. Some of the agitators, that is protesters, attacked some places like jails, police stations, railway stations, etc. That is, protesters attacked British government officials and their offices, and this way they symbolized the suppressive policies of the British. In Maharashtra, the young and the old struggled with determination and boundless courage at places like Chirmur, Ashti, Yavali, Mahad, Gargoi, etc., and made the struggle immortal. Now the Britishers were misusing their full power, taking any individual and putting him behind the bars. Now public started realizing that we have to plan some underground movement. So just as 1942 comes to an end, the public movement gets a new turn. The leadership of this movement went into the hands of young socialist activists. Now, young socialist activists were in efforts to promote, direct, or intervene in social, political, economic reforms with the desire to make changes in society towards a perceived greater good. So, the young socialist activists like Jay Prakash Narayan, Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia, Chotobai Puranik, Achutrao Patwardhan, Aruna Asif Ali, Yusuf Meher Ali, Sucheta Kriplani, S.M. Joshi, Shirubao Limaye, N.G. Gore, Yashwant Rao Chavan, Vasant Dada Patil, Magan Lal Bagdi, Usha Mehta. Such leaders were in the forefront. So the young activists disrupted the transport and communication as well as the government machinery by causing the breakdown of railway routes, cutting of telephone line, blowing up bridges, etc. The impact of this movement was seen all over India. Now the most important and powerful communication that Britishers had was transport and communication. So they attacked the main tools of the British government. Thus, with the absence of important leaders of Indian National Congress, that is, the Britishers had put the main leaders, Indian National Congress main leaders behind the bars. So, with the absence of important leaders of Indian National Congress, the young socialist leaders started their protest by attacking the British officials and their offices. This way, they contributed in gaining freedom for India and protesting the Britishers. And so, this impact of the movement was seen all over India. Hemu Kalani in Sindh province tried to destroy the railway along with his companions. When he received the news of passing of a railway carrying British troops and supplies, the court punished him to be hanged to death. Such way, many people made plans against Britishers to destroy them, in which Bhai Kotwal and Azad Dasta in Karjat Taluka, which now has become Raigarh district, General Awari's Lal Sena in Nagpur. Many such groups were starting to emerge which were making British government helpless and witless for months. Now witless means foolish. So these groups were making Britishers helpless and witless, that is foolish for months. In Mumbai, Vittal Zaveri, Usha Mehta and her companions established a secret transmission center named Azad Radio. Now, young socialist activists were in efforts to promote, direct, or intervene in social, political, economic reforms with the desire to make changes in society towards a perceived greater good. Now, what was the purpose of songs and news of agitation to be broadcasted on Azad Radio? The purpose was to send across messages all over the country, making people aware and realize of the movement. Hearing songs and news, people used to get inspired and were getting encouraged to fight against Britishers. Even patriotic speeches were telecasted on the radio, which encouraged the agitators. Agitators mean person who urges others to protest. So many such transmission centers had started up in operating at Kolkata, Delhi and Pune for some period of time. So along with the underground movement, a parallel government had started to emerge. Parallel government means forming another government by a group of people in spite of the existence of the main government. So let's move ahead and understand about parallel government. British government was running our country and at the same time Indian leaders made their own government, and it was making an effort that whatever work or issues we had, we will work according to our Indian government only. So in some places in the country, the British officers were driven out and the people's government was established. And so this government was called parallel government. Parallel government were formed in districts of Midnapur in Bengal, Belia and Azamgarh in Uttar Pradesh, and Purnia in Bihar. In Satara district of Maharashtra in 1942, Kranti Singh Nana Patil brought an end to the British government and established parallel government. At Kundal, under the leadership of Kranti Agrani JD, allies Bapu Lad, Tufan Sena was established. Through its medium, collection of taxes, maintenance of law and order, punishment to criminals, such work was done by the parallel government. Now, none of the people were going to British government, and as if the British government were not capable to solve any of the issues, nor they were supporting Indians. So, parallel government brought about many changes, and even people were happy with the parallel government. They were getting full support from the people. Now, people of India had started accepting the verdict passed by the People's Court that were appointed by the parallel government. Verdict means a decision or suggestion or rules that were passed by the people's government. People of India were accepting them. Now, if there is a government, it has many different offices and departments in which court is also considered as a very important part. Many oppositions were created like money lenders used to torture people and take money from them, cheat them. Whether harvesting of crops were good or bad, they forcefully used to take money from the farmers. If they were not able to pay, they used to take away their land. Even liquor was prohibited, that is banned. Spread of literacy were given more importance. Now caste restrictions, that is due to caste, various groups were divided. That also stopped. It was made illegal. And many such constructive works were undertaken by the parallel government, due to which parallel government became source of inspiration for the public. Now let's understand the importance of Quit India movement. In 1942, a movement took up in the form of a nationwide agitation. Agitation means extreme anxiety, sorrow, or pain. So, when protest had started, the objective to gain independence were fulfilled by lakhs of Indians making unlimited sacrifices. Many people sacrificed their lives. Number of people participated in the struggle. They didn't think of their life, their family, and sacrifice themselves for the country. In many movements, they participated, many revolts, they protested. And so, the number of people who were participating in the struggle was so many that all the prisons in the whole country, all the jails in the country were not enough to put them behind the bars. With this, we can understand how many people were revolting and protesting against the British government. Along with protesting, many patriotic songs were composed by Sani Guruji, Rashtra Sant Tukoji Maharaj, and others that increased the enthusiasm of the agitators. This nationwide movement that took place in the country is called August Kranti. So, students, in this part, we understand about people's movement and establishment of parallel government and also the importance of Quit India movement. In our next part, we will understand about Indian National Army, its formation and achievement, and also about revolts of Indian Navy and Army. Thank you.